Hello, hello. Wow, we are back once again. We This is the launch of the relaunch of the launch that we started to launch several years ago, new and improved. Before we get started, though, I do want to say thank you to a couple of people. Number one, the intro track that you're listening to was produced by a very good friend of mine, Monty Clemens, awesome producer. He was kind enough to share this with us and donate it to the show. Also, the logo that you're looking at was created by my very own son-in-law. I'm very proud of him, and he has donated his talent to creating a logo just for us in this forum. So I thank you, Mr. Robert Edwards Morris, for your contribution um, to the show. The show will come to you. I'm hoping every single Sunday at 7 o'clock about this time, and we're going to talk about things like fun, faith, family, and finance, and other stuff that's relevant to us as a community. Talking about healthcare and love and relationships and breakups and makeups and all the other stuff in between. But today, we have with us one of my dearest friends, and there are not enough words in the dictionary to describe what she has done for me, what she has offered our family, what she has done for our community. She has, and I tease her all the time, she has drugged me up and down the state of Delaware and beyond, and she have taken me places, introduced me to people that I would not have had the privilege to know or do or go. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to discuss her latest adventure with her book launch, with the book launch, Hold the Line. Please welcome my friend and now yours, Miss Patty Glasgow.
Hello.
Hey, Miss Patty, listen, welcome, welcome, welcome. Listen,
Yes.
you know what you mean to us. And before we get another further started, I want to say thank you. And I want to make sure that the public knows your contribution to me and my family and to the community at large. Listen, y'all, um, Patty is always doing something, you know. She is always into something, and 99% of the time, it is for someone else's benefit. It is in
Mm,
service to or for someone else. And we want to, at least I want to publicly thank her for what drives her. And we're going to get into that. But we want to ask Miss Patty, please tell us about your latest venture, Hold the Line.
yes. Well, first off, thank you, Kevin. Thank you for that introduction. And you know what you mean to me. There's not a time that I have not reached out and you have not been there. And even if you can't be there physically, you make sure that whatever I'm in need of, you take care of. And I am just so greatly appreciative of our friendship for now over 20 years. It's amazing how long we've been rocking and rolling together. So
That's,
thank you.
that's a long time.
So, yes, yes. So you're talking about the latest venture of Hold the Line. So you see right over my shoulder, I'm hoping you can see it a little clearer. If not, the flyers there. We are in just 1 week, Kevin, in 1 week, we are
Yes.
about to celebrate volume 6 of Hold the Line. I can't even tell you what that feels like, what that means, because I'm still trying to find the words. I'm still trying to understand how God could take my pain and turn it into purpose. I'm still trying to understand it, right? And now I can share that We are 50 plus authors who have taken this journey. And Kevin, you're one of
Hey,
them. Woo!
hey, yes. We'll talk about me later, but
Yeah.
uh, but you said something. Volume six
Uh-huh.
of this, and for
Hmm.
some people, they're just coming into contact with it. Um, Talk about the journey from
Yes.
volume one to volume six.
Yes. So let me share this because I want to be very transparent. I want to be very vulnerable. So those of you that know me, you know that I was connected to an organization that was very, very true to my heart, and believed wholeheartedly in it, and it was called Out of the Ashes. The reason why I want to bring up Out of the Ashes is because there was a tagline in Out of the Ashes that said, um, out of the ashes, a seed finds life, right? And so while I am no longer a part of Out of the Ashes, part of the seedling or a few of those seedlings that came out of that was Hold the Line. I got to be transparent about that. I got to be honest about that, right? I didn't know what God was doing. I didn't know that, in 2020, that I would go through major surgery. 2 weeks later, my gynecologist that performed the surgery would die. 1 week after the surgery, the whole world shuts down, right? 2 weeks later, my gynecologist dies that performed the surgery. And then, same year, 3 months later, in June of 2020, my now next husband would walk out, right? So not only did were we experiencing something that the whole world was experiencing something that we've never experienced before, I personally, and I'm not taking anything away from anybody else because I know that we all went through some things. I can only tell my story, right? And so in 2020, when those series of events happened, I didn't know if I was coming or if I was going. But what I heard God say was hold the line. He said, Patty, don't you run, don't you flee. I had no idea that he was about to birth, hold the line, and come this weekend, we would be celebrating 6 volumes of that. So you said, Kevin, talk about the journey from volume one to volume six.
Yes.
It has been a journey like no other. To be able to come together with a group of women that you don't even know, you put a call out there, right? Because as God starts to reveal some things to you, you pause for a second and you say, wait a minute, if I am going through this, there are other women that are going through this. If I am allowing myself to be held captive because of those deep, dark secrets that lie within me, and I need to reveal them so that I can release them and start on my journey of restoration. I know there's a group of women out there who are experiencing the same thing. But as most people, we think that what we go through, we're the only ones experiencing it. So I said, I'm going to put a call out there. And I just need to know, is there anyone else out there that got a story, that got some things that have been holding them captive for far too long? And Kevin, the call went out. I didn't realize how far and wide it had gone. It had reached all the way out to Arizona to a queen I'd never even met before. It
Wow.
went down to North Carolina to another queen I never met before who said, I have a story to tell.
Wow. That is amazing. That's
Oh my
amazing.
God. Yes.
And as I'm listening to your story and you talk about this journey, I'm
Hmm.
thinking, how many others heard what you heard but never
Yes.
responded?
Yes.
How many
Yes.
heard what you heard and didn't
Yes.
respond? And
Yeah.
the freedom that comes. because he goes, listen, we pray about it, right?
Yes.
We pray about it when we say, Lord, Lord, God, God, please, please,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
But the sad part is, not many of us move,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you did, and
Mhm.
the others felt what they felt again, and
Yeah.
said, I'm going to answer the call this time.
Mm. Mhm.
That's that's
Yeah.
that that's crazy. I think that that is absolutely amazing. That you heard the voice, that you heard the
Mhm.
call, and that you responded, and you didn't know that this was coming, right?
Yeah. I didn't know what I was responding to, Kevin.
Right. Well, that's, listen, um, that's how it works, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how
Mhm.
faith works, right?
Yes.
We
Yes.
we answer the call. We don't have all the answers. I don't think we can
Yeah.
comprehend totally the mind of God,
Yeah.
you know,
Mhm.
and the direct. I mean, let's face it. If half of us knew where God was really going to take us, we'd probably
Yes.
not go. I mean,
Yeah.
Jonah
Yeah.
jumped into the water and got swallowed by a whale and still didn't want to go. Right?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Yes.
if God revealed too much, we might say, Lord, I don't want to go through it. Jesus himself was like, wow, take
Yeah.
this cup from me.
If
You
yes. Yes.
So, but if we do answer,
Mhm.
look at the response of,
Yeah.
and again, as you just said, the journey and the
Mhm.
people that you've been
Mhm.
able to touch, and as a result, the people that they've been able to touch. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You touched
Yeah.
one, they touched another.
Mhm.
Uh,
Mhm.
Talk to us
Mhm.
more about this latest thing, Volume 6. Okay,
Yes.
tell me
Yes.
how it started. Right? Who's
Yes.
in? Give us the
Mhm.
tea. Uh,
Mhm.
what's it about? What are they talking about in Volume 6?
So volume 6, I'm gonna tell you, is going to another level, right? We've had an awesome editor, Dominique Smiley, who has um, edited volumes 1 through volumes 5. I got to just give just all appreciation to Dominique because she jumped on board and really taught me a lot and took this journey with us up through volume 5, right? When volume 6 hit, I spoke to Dominique and she said, Patty, there's some things that I'm working on and I'm not sure. Matter of fact, I know I cannot be the editor on volume 6. And I was like, oh, what are we going to do? Like, I need an editor. I can publish the book and all that, but I need an editor. And so I reached out to a young lady that I had the pleasure of working with very closely. She is living her best life now. And for those of you that are attending the book launch on Saturday, you'll have an opportunity to meet her. But I sat down with her and I just shared with her about Hold the Line. And here's the beautiful thing, Kevin. When God makes connections, he makes connections. When he brings people together, that thing is so intentional. It is amazing. And while I already knew Ngozi, when I brought this to her and it connected with her spirit and what she was looking to do, I'm just like, God, you do it all the time, right? Like you put the right people together to bring forth that thing that you have put inside of us. And so, and Gozi came on board and she has allowed the authors, she has contributed to the safe space that we have created. What I love about this particular journey was she challenged the author so much, right? It was when you're writing, because you start to relive the very thing that you swept under the rug, you start to relive it again. You want to put down the pencil. You just want to say very little, right? Because you don't want to experience what you experienced when you first went through it. What I loved about this was Ngozi kept pushing the authors, but in a very loving and caring way. And it allowed for them to go deeper and deeper and reveal more and more. And it has just been a beautiful journey to experience. Each volume gets better and better and better. And I'll always be grateful for the first group of women, the first 12 women, 12 or 15. It seems like so many now. 12 or 15 authors that was in the first book, 15 authors that was in the first book, because they're the first ones that stepped out on faith, right? And had the courage to tell their story. But volume 6 is the way that this particular book is laid out. And we were very intentional under the guidance of Ngozi to really put these stories together in a way that confirms that while all of our stories may not be exactly the same, we are definitely not alone and we experience very similar things. So, this particular volume will be broken down into 3 sections. We didn't know that when we started, right? We didn't know that that was going to
Okay.
happen.
Right.
But it's broken down, it's 9 chapters, 9 authors, and their stories were so intertwined that we were able to break it down into 3 sections, um, which is simply beautiful. And so you got to get the book to really know what I'm talking about, right? Or I'm hoping you'll be at the launch on Saturday. But again, this particular volume just took us in somewhat of a different direction. Still, the queens telling their stories, still being very transparent, still being very vulnerable, but it was a different process. It was a different feel. Not better, just different. Yeah.
Well, we talked about this volume 6. Thank you for that.
Hmm.
Now, uh, we've had the flyer up. What is happening on the 25th at this
Yes.
um, book launch thing? Now, I've been to a few of them. Now,
Yes, you have.
let me let me set it up just a little bit. Um, let me set it up for just a little bit. Listen, I am sitting in the room. The photo behind me, thanks to virtual technology, right? I'm sitting here at the virtually, you guys, not in reality. All right. Somebody's gonna say he was at the KGNL.
Right. Hmm.
I'm sitting here in the room virtually at the Christiana Hilton, and I want to give a big shout out to our friends at the Christiana Hilton because
Yes.
the hospitality is always on 1,000%. The food
Yes.
is always fantabulous,
Yes.
and the friendship and the camaraderie and the staff is always helpful, and it's such a beautiful room to be in
Hmm.
and work in. And Patty and I both have good history with the Christianity,
Yes.
and
Yes.
um, um, so and this is the room. I mean, this is where it's taking place at. So,
Yes.
um, tell us what's happening though on the 25th. What's the itinerary? What's going to happen? Give the
Yes.
people. Now, I know a few more. I'm not saying too much. I don't want to. Don't let them get it from me, right?
Yes.
But to tell them a little bit about what's happening on the 25th and what they can look forward to if they can be there.
Yes. So, do you mind if I just step back just one
Absolutely.
day before the 25th? So,
Sure.
if we start on the 24th, the reason why I want to share the 24th is because always the day before the launch is a meet and greet. Now, what makes this meet and greet different than any that you may have experienced is that this particular meet and greet is only for the authors, right? Why? Because during this 3 to 4 month journey that we take when we're writing together, we meet together every week on Zoom, right? And the authors are only interacting through Zoom, and they've never had an opportunity to sit in the same space, be able to hug one another, be able to, tap their tears, give high fives, laugh, because we're on Zoom again for 3 to 4 months. So I
Listen,
thought it was important.
I was in that room. I'm sorry, I was in that room, and
Yes, you was last
all
year.
cried like babies up in there. I'm just saying, full transparency and full
Yes.
transparency, I was in that room. I'm sorry. I'm gonna
Yes.
let you continue, but I just want to say
Thank you. It's okay
that
because I know it
I
was
was,
exciting. It was
uh,
exciting.
and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah. So I thought it was important that I bring the authors together again so that they can experience space together prior to the celebration on Saturday. So this is a time for us to come together in circle as we often do, be able to introduce ourselves, be able to, meet each other face to face. And again, those high fives, those hugs, the wiping of the tears, all of that. It is so necessary. When you're able to take a journey with individuals that you've never met before and be vulnerable and be transparent, it was extremely important that space outside of the screen was created for them. So that's what's going to happen Friday night. That's the night before every book launch is a meet and greet, not open to anyone else. Now, we do have some OQs, the original queens that are able to participate. They are able to, to come. But outside of that, if you're not a hold the line author, you're not able to attend the meet and greet. It's very sacred, intimate, and personal for the queens. And then Saturday. Okay, Kevin, here we are.
Yes.
Saturday is just, that is a celebration like no other. I know there have been plenty of book signings out there, and I am so excited for all the authors all around the world, right? But I'd like to believe, unless you've been to a hold the line book signing, you ain't really been to one.
I won't.
This is a celebration that ushers in the queens, last year the kings, in a way that honors their transparency, that honors their vulnerability, that honors their strength, right? It creates space for them to come up and talk about what this journey, how this journey felt for them, what they had to push through to get to this place. And then after we eat and we celebrate, then we move out into the pre-function area. We move back out into the pre-function area where each author then has their own table, and every guest that is there will be able to move from each table and have their book signed by every author. It is something truly amazing. There are times where I just want to pull up a chair, in all honesty, and just sit back and watch it. Just watch it all unfold because God is simply amazing, and how he moves through that celebration, my
Right.
heart remains full.
But always, every each time I attend
Hmm.
the Hold the Line launches, is one of the things that um, jumps out at me every single time
Hmm.
is the sincerity in the room,
Yeah. Yeah.
the compassion for each
Hmm.
author, for the families who attend uh,
Yeah.
in support of their authors and their family.
Hmm.
Patty always has some surprises that
Hmm. Hmm.
she always has a surprise or two that uh, help celebrate to
Hmm.
day. And because I last year I had no idea some of that was happening, but
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
nice. It was so nice. Um,
Hmm.
so um, now we've been talking about it. We got just a few minutes left. Now, are tickets available now or not?
No, Kevin, we are sold out. And I'm so excited to share. We sell out every year.
Mhm.
And, you know, I wish that we had more tickets because yesterday, I must have received three. text messages. Patty, is it absolutely 100% sold out? Are
Mhm.
there no tickets left? I'm like, there are no tickets left. Are there any cancellations? At this very moment, no cancellations.
Wow.
And so we are sold out. I'm never surprised about maybe the volume one, I was surprised
Wow.
because I just didn't know,
Yeah.
how this was going to go. But since then, I always know that it's going to sell out because the authors, they invite their family and friends, and what we do is we make sure that whoever they want, they have first dibs, right?
Okay.
And so I don't try to open it up to just the community themselves because I want the space to be filled with the family and friends of the authors that are being honored for that day. So sold out, Kevin.
Okay, so you guys that are catching this feed right now, um, um, you are pretty much out of luck for volume. Is what what we're saying. All right.
Yes.
However, there is still an opportunity, I believe, and I'm gonna let Patty talk about it for volume 7. Now we got a few
Yeah.
left. I know your wheels have been turning, and
Hmm.
tell us about a little bit about volume 7. Is it for the guys? Is
Yes.
it for the girls?
Yes.
Is it a mixture? Is it a collab?
Well,
Is it? I mean, give us a little hint. And how is volume 7 coming along as we sit here today?
okay. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not sure what volume seven is gonna look like. There is so much that goes into the current volume that I don't have the capacity. The Lord God hasn't expanded my brain enough, Kevin,
Hmm.
to
Hmm.
be able to work on the current volume and plan for the next one.
Right.
What I can say though, what I can say is that April 26th, it'll
Hmm.
be on and popping.
Okay.
April April 26th, we will transition to the process for volume 7. And you asked a very great question. You said,
Hmm.
is it for the women or is it for the men? Or is it a collab, right? I want to touch on the men just really, really quickly. Kevin was an author last year, and how that came about, not only Kevin but just the men period. We i started getting phone calls and emails and text messages talking about, Patty, when are you going to create space for men to tell their story? I was told men cry too. I know. Yep. Men bleed too. Yep. Yep. And sometimes men can be so shut in with their emotions and things that I never even thought about a book for the men, right? Until you all asked for it. And so I am so excited about the next volume for the men. And so if it's possible to do two books at the same time, I'm going to ask God right now that He give me the ability, the support, that He open up the door to make that happen.
Wow.
Because
Amazing.
I don't want to leave the men out anymore. I don't want there to be another volume that goes by and I got a number of women knocking down my doors talking about volume 7. I'm in the next book.
Yeah.
So I need to, with the leading of the Lord, figure out how to do this, Kevin.
Well, it sounds good, Patty. I don't know. Again, you guys are late to the party. Um, Patty Glasgow has been a friend of mine for 1,000 years. When we get to heaven, I tell God, put me on the other side because Patty is going to find me, and I'm just want to rest.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
but I can tell you that everything that she has put her hands to has prospered.
Mm.
She has, because of Patty, I'm in a very good a unique position as a DJ, and I'm
Mhm,
not going to even tell you that story. Um, but since we have collabed together,
mhm,
it has um, I've grown personally and as a career as a DJ exponentially, and I want to thank her again for that.
mhm,
And I want you guys in this new platform to meet some of those friends of mine who have been invaluable to me and
mhm,
offer some of that to you guys. And hopefully you'll find some value in it as well. And who knows, maybe you might be a part of Volume 7 or Volume
mhm.
or Volume 35 or
Hey,
you know
yeah, yeah,
that and if not, you will find your hands wrapped around one of those volumes, and
yes.
you too can walk yourself through your own healing,
Mhm,
through the lives and the stories and the of someone else.
yeah.
Talk of Kirby and friends. I was talking to a friend yesterday, and just explaining to him. He was asking me why am I doing it, and I said because after we get up and pray,
Mhm,
after we done cried about it,
mhm.
and we done cried about it,
Yes.
and after we done prayed about it, and we done prayed about it, you know, we done prayed about it.
Yeah.
I wanted to try to offer at least a platform where we have some footsteps
Mhm.
after the tears
Yeah.
and some footsteps after the prayer.
Yeah.
Okay. We all talk to the pastor. We need to talk to the pastor and
Mhm.
and we need to have a one-on-one conversation with the Lord. But when we get up,
Mhm. Yeah.
don't start me preaching. It's three. We got
No.
we past time.
Preach.
And but I want to say thank you to Patty and for joining us today. And I hope you guys have found some value in what she's offering today and hold the line. And for those
Yeah.
of you that will attend, okay,
Mhm.
we look so forward to sharing the day with you. It is always a fantabulous celebration.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
already know what time it start. Don't holler about it. Tell your friends. It's April 25th, 2020,
Yes.
11 a.m. It ends at 3,
Yes.
and it will end at 3.
It will end at
At
3.
3.
Kevin, do you mind if I share one last thing?
Absolutely. Please.
I just want to encourage anyone out there that is listening that your story may not land on the pages of Hold the Line, and that is okay. I just want to encourage you to really dig deep. And I would want to encourage you to put a name to those things that have held you captive for far too long. A very special person shared with me, you can't name what you don't tame, or you can't tame, excuse me, you can't tame what you don't name. That's the reveal. Reveal those very things that have held you captive. And when you reveal them by putting a name to them, then you can start on the journey to release them. And then once you release them, you can fully walk in your restoration. So the goal is not becoming an author, not for me. It wasn't to become an author. Becoming an author was the cherry on top. What's most important is you reveal, release, and restore the very things that have held you captive for far too long. So I encourage you to hold the line.
Thank you so much, Patty. We want to thank Patty for joining us today. And we hope that, again, you have found great value. And join us next week and the week after for more with Kirby and Friends.